number 1, Rohan Ferguson, has signed a 4-year extension to stay at Inver Park. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Haverin, Rohan Ferguson.
Rohan, you've now made over 200 appearances for the club, and you've now just signed a 4-year contract. It's been quite the time recently.
Aye, it was a hectic week for sure. I think the 200 games was a bit of a surprise, to be honest. I don't really count how much games I'd played at that stage. So when it was announced, yeah, it was a proud moment for me, definitely.
And now a 4-year contract extension, you must be keen to catch the mass now, I'm sure.
100%. I said that to him at him. I'm trying to come for his appearance record. But no, listen, buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I love it here. So, as you say, another 4 years. So yeah, I can't wait to kind of hopefully add to the success we've had over the years, and yeah, hopefully we can keep going.
And as you'll see in front of us, we have a few photos from your time at Larne so far, and we'll start chronologically and start with the left-hand side. It's a photo of you signing. What made you make the move to that time, or to Inver Park at that time back in 2021?
I think it was a combination between I came to Linfield on loan when I was at Motherwell. I enjoyed my time there, it was really good. I enjoyed staying here, I enjoyed the Irish League, and I could kind of see what Larne was doing at the time. I think they just went full-time, stuff like that, and the kind of players they were bringing in and stuff like that, yeah, and that's what attracted me.
And moving on to the second photo, it shows you in action against Ballatown in the club's first ever European game.
Yep.
Did you feel any sort of pressure at that game? Were you nervous? How did you feel ahead of that game, with obviously being a big moment for the club? I
was buzzing, to be honest. Yeah, I was buzzing to get playing. Especially, that's why I came here. I came here to try and play European football and do well. And obviously, we got through that round. I think we done quite well that year, actually. Yeah. Especially being at the club's first year in European football. So no, it was a good game and one to remember, definitely.
And you mentioned we done well that year. We went on to obviously beat Aarhus and came close against Paços de Ferreira. How do you feel that sort of first campaign helped the team progress in Europe over the years? Obviously we've done well the last few years.
I think it was massive. Looking back now, I probably think we underachieved with the team we had. I think we had a superb team. Some of the individual players were different class. But yeah, I think it gave us that kind of taste in European football. And I think obviously we got on to win the league the second year, but I think that was massive building blocks in place. And yeah, as I say, I thought it was a good season, but obviously we got European football in the end, but I thought we underachieved, if I'm being completely honest.
And the third photo then takes us back to the playoff final against Glentoran. I don't know about yourself, but it was a pretty mad game to watch, obviously being 2-0 down and coming back to win 4-2. How did it feel on the pitch? Was it just mental, or was it a bit of everything?
Yeah, it was relief, to be honest, because I think we were 2-0 down, is that right?
Yeah.
We were 2-0 down, and especially as a keeper, if you're 2-0 down, you can't really do too much. You can't affect the game, obviously, you can't score goals and stuff like that, so you're kind of putting the trust in, hoping the boys pull something out of the bag, and they definitely did, which then sent us on another European run.
Yeah, and we also went back into Europe, and then that following season we went on to win our first ever league title. It's a moment that everybody works so hard for. Talk us through that moment and what it meant to the squad overall.
Everybody was, yeah, absolutely buzzing. I think with it being our first league title, I think we had the support of a lot of other kind of fans and spectators and stuff like that. So to actually go on and do it, I think we were kind of ahead most of the season. Yeah. So to get it over the line was massive, because I think we were probably expected by the squad and stuff we had. I think we were expected to win the league. We had too many good individual players, and we were too good as a team not to go on and achieve something. So no, it was a special campaign, that one.
And that led to the next photo then, when you made your UEFA Champions League debut. Not just your own, but also the club's against SJK Helsinki. A proud moment, I'm sure, for yourself. Was it a competition that you've always planned and hoped to feature in as a player? Something that you've aimed for?
Definitely, it's obviously the most prestige competition in the world. So yeah, you want to play in nights like those, especially in games like that, and that's why I came to this club. I came to this club to try and do that, and fortunately enough, we did achieve that, and I think we were lucky in that leg to go out. Actually, I think we played extra time. Yeah, extra time. Yeah, we actually played really well in both legs. So yeah, I think we've done definitely ourselves proud and the town proud for that one as well.
And then the next one, I'll not ask you why you were in that hat, but
that was a stage in my life I went bald at, so that's
but back-to-back league champions, obviously following on from the success the following year, that must have been an incredible feeling as a player.
Same again, yeah, special. I think once you won the first one, second one, in my opinion, the second one's harder because you see a lot of kind of teams falling away and stuff like that, but our level stayed the same throughout that season. I thought we were superb. And yeah, to go and win it back to back was different class, and I think by that time people don't really want you to do well. I think the first one everybody wants you to win it and stuff like that, but for the second one they're waiting for your downfall slightly, so to win that one was also special as well.
And then this photo up here shows you part of the team walking out against Lincoln Reds in the UEFA Conference League playoff second leg at Inver Park. I spoke to Gaz and Tomas before, and they probably rank that game as probably the best moment they've witnessed here at Inver Park. Would it rank amongst there for yourself?
Definitely, yeah. I would say I don't think it was the most enjoyable game I've ever played in, just because of the kind of prize at the end of it. But the feeling and the relief when we won that was second to none. Yeah, I felt like I was on cloud nine after that for a few weeks. It was different class. And yeah, fair play to the boys for winning. Yeah, because it was a massive occasion for both clubs, and I think. I think achieving that was different class for everyone involved.
And that obviously led us into the UEFA Conference League league phase, where we were probably unlucky in the first 5 games, and then this photo here shows you celebrating with Gary after the 1-0 victory over KA Ghent. I'm sure that was a moment you felt we probably deserved based on performances over the previous games in the league phase.
We did, definitely. I thought we actually played really well over some of the games. I think Ljubljana we conceded late on, we were unlucky. Mold the first half we were good. I'd say the only kind of disappointment was Shamrock at home. I think we were disappointed that night. But yep, the one that we weren't expected to win was Ghent, and we went out and we won 1-0, and the boys were different class. As you can see in that photo, how much it means to the both of us. Obviously, Gaz being a Larne man himself, he was on the touchline that day, and you could see how much it meant to him. So yeah, it was a top night.
And then moving on, taking us into this season, obviously earlier on this season in Europe, we had probably, you kind of made yourself a bit of a hero as we went to penalty shootouts. The fans didn't enjoy it so much, but how did you find it yourself? Obviously you were saving penalties and scoring penalties.
Yeah, I'd say the European run this year was, for me personally, it was brilliant. I enjoyed it, loved every minute of it. You obviously don't want to go to penalties as players and fans, but as a keeper, you've got a chance to go and shine. So yeah, it was a different class European trip this time round, and thankfully we got through 2 rounds, and I think bar playing a very good side, we were unlucky not to go through.
Yeah. As a goalkeeper, when you're preparing for a penalty shootout, is that something you kind of relish in a game when it's tight, or just something you not really look forward to, rather avoid? Or?
I always fancy myself, to be honest. Anytime it comes to penalties, I always fancy myself. We've got good people at the club, Al, Mark as well, who does his homework and stuff, so they helped massively. And yeah, as I say, anytime it comes to penalties, I always do fancy myself, so they kind of done the homework, and we looked at the penalty takers as such, and yeah, it all worked out in the end.
And now you've looked back on some of these memories, and you've now signed your 4-year contract. What are you hoping to move on and achieve even more now during your time here at Inver Park?
Hopefully I can stand here in 4 years' time, and you've got 20 pictures like this. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to keep achieving success. I think I've done that since I've been here, and that's a big reason why I've committed my future here. I want to keep that going, and keep adding to not only the club success but personal memories like this.
I think that's the trick though,
That's
isn't
the
it?
thing, you just didn't think, just go up and
Stand,
it. But I was kind of looking at the keeper. So see, when I've gone to hit, I've been like watching the ball, but my peripheral vision could see him. And then I just seen him going that way, and I was like, oh, perfect, I can just hit the target, it's going in.